And we're back. Welcome to another episode of Successful Marketing, Sales, Relationships for Adult Business Owners and Entrepreneurs. And I'm your host, Sadon Long. And today, I'm excited today because today is Female Business Owner Friday. Um, People like, well, why Female Business Owner Friday? Well, first and foremost, shout out to Dwayne Schaefer, aka Joe. Joe and I were reviewing the podcast from the other day, and he was saying, "Man, this feels really masculine, and I think we're leaving the women out." And I'm like, I think you got a good point there, because to be honest with you, women have a lot of different hurdles, obstacles, and needs when it comes to marketing and sales and business in general, and relationships for that matter. Um, First and foremost, you're busier. No disrespect to my men out there. Women are just busier, you know. Um, Most of the time, you're the custodial parent. Most of the time, you're the person who takes mom, dad to the doctor. Most of the time, you're the person that people call, especially when you're a business owner, for advice and information. So you got to be a good friend, good daughter, good mom. And then, if you're in a marriage or you're in a relationship, you got to be a good partner. So, with all those things being said, on top of all that, you still have to run a business. you know and plus, my experience with most women business owners, female business owners, is that they want to see other people do well. And unfortunately, in business, most people will take your goodwill but won't give you any goodwill in return. They'll take your kindness, generosity, and use it against you. There's nothing worse than seeing a good friend in business get used or taken advantage of. And most of the time, the people they're preying on, just like when you go to the car lot, just like when you go to auto repair, just like when you get work done around your house, it's the women they're playing on. Whether you're a young woman or an old woman. So my goal is to put you in a position to see you prosper, to put you in a position to see you get exactly what you need in the quickest, shortest amount of time possible, so it can start matriculating and triculating through your business and start seeing the success that you want in your business, because this is the thing that you need to get up running, growing, so you can be the mom you want to be, so you can pay for those vacations, so you can be the daughter to your parents that you need to be, because your brothers, they're going to do what they want to do. And I'm not dissing my brothers, because the truth of the matter is there are a lot of good men out there, and then there are some men who aren't, and there are some women who aren't, but by majority, it has been my experience alone, not talking about anybody else's, that women have way more people they care for, and they feel way more pain and guilt when they can't care for. You know, I mean, a mom will give you her last, a real mom, will give you her last dollar. You need it, my baby want it, she'll go out and do whatever she has to do, legal or illegal. She'll bounce a check, you know, if she has to get you what you need. Some of our favorite athletes talk about the things that their parents have done, specifically their mothers, along the way to get them where we're trying to go and get them the opportunities for their dreams. If your child's in jail, it's the moms who put in them houses. It's the dads who are going, let them stay there. But in regard to business, um, you need it to work. I want to help you make it work. I've helped other people make it work before, and today I'm going to help you. So let's get going. Let's get moving. So what we talked about in the description or in the trailer, wherever you saw it, was that if your customer flow is slow, you can still make money. And one of the things that I've really gotten excited about over the last few years in my work is my ability to make money for clients without having to add customers. That's important, number one, because sometimes you just can't get more people to buy. you know but if you have customers who like, trust, and believe in you, we can definitely get them to buy again. We can definitely leverage our relationships with them to get them to give us referrals, leverage our relationship with them to attract other customers. So before we get started, there's three ways that you can, as a business owner, female or male, but today, we're talking to the women. You know, but there are three things you can do as a female business owner. You can get more customers, number one. You can get more out of your customers, or you can become a much bigger brand and become a sought after thought leader. Okay. And today we're talking about the second one. So here we go. So had a client a couple years ago. Yeah, probably about a couple years ago now. And we were talking about two programs he had, one that was doing well and one that wasn't. Okay. So the one that wasn't, he's like, man, I got to figure out a way to get these numbers up. I got to figure out a way to get more people over here because it's a really great program. It's a really great opportunity for people to scale their business, to add other people, to really become a business owner and not just an entrepreneur. You know, and when I say business owner, I mean someone who has employees, who has payroll, who becomes the um, strategist and not the person who's actually working in the business. Anyone who's in business is probably heard working on your business versus working in your business. You know, so the program that he was offering that wasn't doing well was the program that allowed people to go from working in the business to now being in a position where they had people who were doing the work for them, day to day HR people, day to day dispatchers, day to day brokers, and they would be the person who oversaw it and paid the salaries and took the meetings and got the contracts and did all those things. Okay. But he was having trouble getting people into that program. So when I'm looking at the two programs, here's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at that the second program is the natural progression from the first. So instead of chasing new customers, why don't we start teaching the customers who took the first program why they should take the second? You know, why don't we show them the benefits of why they should take the second program? And that's what we decided to do. Roughly 60 days later, had an additional 120, 125 students in the program. And we never had to go outside to get one customer. All we did was we created an email campaign educating the people who were over here in the first program how to get to the second one. So that's, monetarily speaking, 100 people, 120 people, $500 a pop. You do the math. Okay. So now what I do works in a lot of different industries, you know, and I don't really want to talk about me. I want to talk about you and how you can benefit from it. But what I'm really trying to get to is that it will work in your industry. Okay. So let's say you do hair, for example, you know, and not that, you know, hair is the only thing that women do, but let's just say you do hair. Okay. So now you have a customer that comes in and you're doing their hair on a regular basis. So now what could you do? What could you offer? What could you sell that would give you additional revenue from that same customer? One thing, you could sell the hair. You know, if you do, you know, hair and you're doing tracks or weave or any of those things, don't really know what they're called. So if I'm pronouncing them or not quite getting it right, it's okay. Correct me. I got no problem with being corrected. So now what do? You just get in contact with somebody who's selling hair, and now they buy directly from you or you buy directly from them, and you have an exchange, you know, a joint venture, so to speak. You know, get your hair here, get your hair done here. So now the person doesn't have to go running around the city, you know, because you have hair on deck. And a lot of women have already done that, you know, but that's just the idea that you need to start thinking with. Shout out to my women who've already been smart enough to adopt that, you know. But the idea is to figure out whatever the next thing that that person is going to need is, you know. Some people call that a sales funnel, you know, figuring out whatever the next step is, you know. So if you know the next step is that get them the hair, okay, well, now what else could we do? We could get them the bonnet. Um, we could get them scarves. So there are a variety of things. And you don't even have to do them in your store. You could do them online. You know, you could create a website and just do joint ventures with a bunch of different people to where you get a commission every time they buy the product. Now the more lucrative thing obviously is to buy wholesale and create your own um, little store, your own little vending area. But in either case, that's what you could do. Same thing if you're a restaurant. So one of the cool things I really love right now is people getting that second meal for $5. I think that's really good move because now it keeps that customer in their pipeline. It keeps their customer from having to go to another restaurant. Now that customer comes and they know when they come, they can get two meals and not one. But there are some other things that you can do as well. Like, okay, well, what is the natural progression? You're going to have to eat again. So that's why that works. But maybe that's not quite as cost effective for you at $5. So maybe you need to charge $7.95. Or you could also add VIP program. In the VIP program, you allow people to order online. You allow people to do pickup. You allow people to do early morning deliveries. So now the idea is that you're keeping the customers in your boat. You're keeping them in your pot. You're keeping them in your pipeline. You're not giving them a reason to go anywhere else. So if I'm a restaurant and it's getting cold, we do early morning pickup for soups and chilies. So now on your way to work, you can get coffee to go. You can get a cup of chili to go. You can get a salad to go. And you could still position yourself to get that meal at the end of the day because you could do meal pickup on the other side, or you could do meal delivery on the other side. Because once you get them into your business, the goal is to keep them. And the reason we want to keep them is because it makes the value of that customer higher. Okay. So let's just say if a customer sale is normally $50, but now I add them to a VIP program. So instead of them spending $50 a week with me, now they spend $75 a week because they're picking up a fresh coffee and they're picking up a cup of chili or a cup of soup or a bowl of soup or however you sell it by the pint in the morning. So now I got that cup of coffee and I got that soup, and my competition didn't. My competition didn't get the lunch. They didn't get the coffee. But I got an extra 15 or $20 from that same customer, not a new customer, same customer. Okay. So now let's just say on the back end, I do dinner pickup. Okay. Because you're a VIP customer, you can order online. We'll have it ready for you as soon as you come through the door. So not only am I selling more items to one person and keeping more of that money in my store, no different than trying to keep the money in your community, but they're happy because it's convenient. I don't have to make any coffee in the morning. I just get up, swing by my cup of chili or bowl of chili or have it again. I don't know how you sell it. Is ready. My coffee's ready. And now I can sell them a muffin. Now I can sell them a donut. Now I can sell them a cookie. Add another couple dollars to the sale. And on your way back home, because it's the same route going home as it was going to work, I got your dinner ready. Then on the weekend, for my VIPs, we do Sunday dinner pickup, family style. So if you sell oxtail soup or if you sell meatloaf or whatever you sell, pasta, lasagna. Now I got them 5 days a week and I figured out a way to get them on Sunday too. We can even do for VIPs, we can do breakfast pickup. So if you don't want to cook on a Sunday and you're a busy mom, guess what? I got you. Come through here, pick up these pancakes, pick up this sausage, and you just take it home. But again, the psychology and the idea behind the whole thing is it is convenient. It is making you the Walmart of the restaurant industry. Okay. Um, so we talked about restaurants, but the same thing can happen with anything. You just have to figure out what are the other needs that your client has. Um, Again, to go back to my client that I talked about when we first started telling the story. So we moved them into that second program. But then here's what we did. Here's the cool thing. So we started to realize that there were certain skills that if you were better at them, made you better at the job. So we knew that if you were better at the load board, then you would be able to get more customers. And the better you were at the load board, the more customers you got, the more money you made, the more benefits you got from the program. So now there's a third program. Same people, third program, third sale. So there's a skill we identified that they needed. So sold them another program, another $99. So we got 500 plus the 99, that's $600 plus the initial cost of the program, which maybe I think was about 400 at the time. Don't know what it is currently. So now one person gave you $1,000. So if you get $1,000 100 times, that's a lot easier than trying to find 1,000 customers to give you $100. Okay. Doesn't matter what it is. You can sell tummy tea. I don't know if there's any tummy tea people who ever listen to this, but let's say you sell tummy tea. Okay. So you're at home. Tummy tea commercials, tummy tea ads, taking your pictures, taking your photos. Okay. So now you start a group, because again, people do better when there are people around them holding them accountable. People do better when there are other people who can ask questions that they're afraid to ask. So you can start the small group. And then out of the small group, mathematically, if there's 20 people in the group, there are going to be 4 people at least who would pay you for one-on-ones. So let's look at the math here. So I got 100 sales. Of the 100 sales, 20 people are probably going to join a group. Of those 20 people, 4 of those people are going to want to do a one-on-one. So let's just say tummy tea sale was $30. Okay. The group is $30 a month, $29.95. So now 100 people gave you $30. 20 of those people gave you another $30. But now you do one-on-one training for $59.95. So now 4 of those people gave you $159. 20 of those people gave you $130. Well, no, my man, I saw 4 of those people actually gave you almost $200. And 20 of those people gave you $130. And then the cool thing is the 80 that's left over, some of those people will see the success of other people, which is where I'm going to go in a second. And they'll give you the 159 and they'll give you the 129 too. Now you get to figure out what the pricing for this is going to be because I'm just kind of doing the math on the fly. Okay. So now the closer you get to the person, the more it costs. Obviously, if you want me to do it for you, DIY, do it yourself is cheaper. But if you want it done for you, then the price is higher. If you want it done with you, there's a different price. So that's how I want you to see it. So again, read some of the psychology behind it is this. I started way out here. I'm not really getting the results I want because I have more questions. So how do I get my questions answered once I get the sale? Oh, I joined the group. So now it allows me to join the group and read other people's testimonies and see other people's success and ask my questions. But I'm still struggling. I need somebody to hold my hand. I need someone to hold me accountable. Boom. There's your one-on-one. Okay. Now I'm kind of jumping around. Sorry, I'm jumping around. But again, the way it works is Mathematically, somebody's going to want to work with you one-on-one if you can solve their problem. You know, the client that I talked about in the beginning, one person was giving him $1,000, and that didn't even include any one-on-ones. You know, so now there are some other clients that I've worked with that do one-on-one coaching on top of their online program, do small group on top of their online program, and they're charging thousands of dollars. And those customers have gotten over the seven-figure mark in 18 months without getting a ton of customers to do it. Again, if that first customer gives you 100, you get them in a small group, they give you another $29, and then you get them into one on ones, and then they give you another $59. You could then scale up. Now, some people are going to think, well, that sounds like a scam. Not really. No, if you do it ethically, it is not a scam. No, because the reality is, when you bought the tummy tea worked. But what makes the tummy tea work better is if you work out. You know, what makes the tummy tea work better is if you have meal prep. What makes the tummy tea work better is if you get out and you walk after your meals. So now, yes, you bought tummy tea, but to really get the full benefit, you need to get out and walk. And maybe you don't want to walk by yourself. So join a group. Okay. The reality is you're too busy for the meal to make the meals yourself. You don't have the time to go to the grocery store. So you hired a personal shopper. So now you got more benefit and closer to your result. There's nothing slick about it. You know, I'm too busy. I can't go. I could use the Lyft or the Uber or whatever one of those things that goes and get your groceries. Or I could hire the company that sold me the tummy tea, and they could send their people and they would get the exact things I need to get the best result with the least amount of stress. Okay. So now I get an even better benefit if I actually have to sit down with someone every week and give an account for whether I did or didn't do what I was supposed to do. And knowing that I'm going to sit down with that person, knowing I'm going to sit down with that coach, knowing that that person's going to ask me some questions that I have to have answers to, it's going to make me perform better, which is going to get me my result. See, all of these things that we're talking about are just other avenues to help the client, help the customer get to their desired result. There are tons of people out here right now who are bitter and upset and frustrated because they feel abandoned by the people they bought products from. Let me say it again. They're frustrated. They feel alone. They're upset because they feel abandoned by the people they brought, by the people they bought products from. You know, one of the coolest things about my clients is that they're not afraid to call me. They're not afraid to ask me questions. They're not afraid to reach out to me, whether they're working with me currently or whether they worked with me in the past, which means that we have a relationship, which means that we have a good rapport. You know, because sometimes you just need somebody who's on the same path as you. You know, sometimes you just need somebody who understands and sees what you're doing and can be positive about it. You know, if you're trying to lose weight and you bought the tummy tea, until you lose the weight, you're not going to be happy. Now, who's more than likely going to help you the most? The person who's showing you how to work out, the person who's been in your corner since you bought the tea, the person who knows what it's like to not want to go to the gym, or your friends and family who aren't trying to lose weight, who like, hey, let's go get something to eat. Help. Shout out to to Dwayne. He posted something and this is not a departure. This is actually in line with what I'm talking about. He says there's 3 people you need to remember. The people who were with you through hard times, the people who left you during hard times, and the people who put you in the hard times. Okay? So when a person reaches out and they buy your product, they're running from the people who put them in hard times. Okay? They're running from that person. They're putting you in a position to be their friend, to be their guide, to usher them into a new door in a new situation. And you can help them more by giving them more help. You can make it easier for them by creating more products, by creating more opportunities for them to get information through you. Don't make them have to go somewhere else. No, don't make them have to call someone else. No, if you need your website done, call me. I have a team of people who can do it. If you need emails sent, call me. I have a team of people who can do it. I will do it myself, depending on the client. If you have an idea about a product, call me. Let's have a consult. We'll figure out how to put it together in a way that we can launch it and sell it. I keep it in-house. It's no different in Walmart. There's nothing slimy about Walmart. Well, at least not in theory. There are some people who may disagree. So with that being said, we'll agree to disagree, or we'll agree to table that for later. Okay. But the concept itself, I can go get groceries, I can go get tires, I can go get deodorant, I can go get some clothes. All in the same spot. The mall used to work the same way. I go to the mall and I could do 17 different things. I can go to the bank. I can get my prescription filled. I can get tires on my car. I can get my kids' school shoes for back to school. It's convenience. You're selling convenience. And the benefit of selling convenience is that they always come to you, which means that money is always coming to you, which means that the referrals are being referred to you. So build more products. We talk about 20 minutes a day. Take 20 minutes a day and think about it. What else could I do? What else could I sell? What other opportunity could I provide? What other information could I give? What other thing could I do to help them get to their ideal goal, their ideal weight, to get the ideal outcome that they want? What can I do? Because the more things you can do to help them, the more valuable you become. The more value you become, the more you can charge. The more you can charge, the more you get. The more you get, the better you're able to then help your family. Now, if you're getting $1,000 from one customer as opposed to 400, that's $600 more dollars. Now, what could you do with $600 more dollars? If you took money out of your 401k to start your business, $600 would help you put that money back. If you have a child who needs a car, $600 could help you put a down payment on that car. If you have a mother who's taking medications, $600 could help you get those medications. So again, if you put more time into figuring out what other things you can get for your client to make their goal more attainable, faster, easier, with less stress, now they'll give you more money. It becomes like a cat and milk. Every time I put the milk out, the cat's gonna come. So if you build a moat around your clients, you'll be able to keep them longer. I remember when COVID first started, I was doing these Facebook Live videos, and it got me some customers too, strangely enough. Shocking. But I was doing these videos and I was talking about, hey man, you need to build a wall around your clients. And then for the people who did, man, they were full-time entrepreneurs during COVID. They made a ton of money during COVID. Shout out to Juan, Mo Better Nails. And one of the things that Juan did was she started doing nails during COVID, and it was one-on-one. Why was it important that it was one-on-one? Because there was nobody else in there to give people COVID. It was just the two of them. She had on a mask, you had on a mask. She cleaned it up after you left, so there weren't 17 other people sitting around and sitting in the same seat. And literally while you're on your way out the door, you see her wiping down the seat. So now what do? You go home, you say, girl, man, ain't nobody trying to go back over there, because there's too many people in that place. You don't know what these people got. Call my girl. She'll get you an appointment. You come in, she got, press on nails and everything you need right there. Matter of fact, they're so good that Keke Palmer started wearing the nails. So again, it came because they were able to go one place, get a one-on-one, and immediately her business went through the roof. Shout out to Lil Homie. I love her. It's one of my babies. So anyway, look at Love Dorsey. Love Dorsey, she started running her mouth on the internet, and then she started selling one-on-one conference calls. So now, I don't know if she's a PhD or what, but I know that people trusted her enough to get advice from her on a one-to-one basis because she built a connection with them. So I'm saying what I'm saying to you just simply because it's how you need to see it. How many things can I do to make it easier for my customer to reach the ideal outcome, which is survival, because we talk about the 3 S's all the time. So that's survival. How can I get them where they're trying to go? How can I get them out of danger? Whatever perceived danger that is. That's safety. So need met, comfortable now. Now, how can I keep them from being embarrassed by losing it? Because if you lose the weight, you don't want to gain it back. So now the journey continues. We just added another check because there's maintenance involved. Okay, cool. Now we're down in our ideal weight. Now, how do we build strength? How do we get more curvy? Hell, you could even now partner with some doctors who do BBLs and liposuction and stuff like that. I help them lose weight. Now, hey, they want to get sculpted, because one of the main problems with people who want to get like a sleeve or anything like that is that they have to lose the weight to get to that particular threshold before they can have the surgery. So again, the journey continues. Okay. Well, now that you lost the weight, girl, there are going to be some things that you really don't know much about, which is how to live as a thin person, how to maintain a life as a thin person. So let me counsel you. You could then get with the people who do all of the aftercare, wound care, things of that nature. Okay. Work directly with them. Create another joint venture. Create another partnership. I send you customers, you give me a commission. Okay. Whole time, our goal collectively is to help this person reach and maintain their ideal outcome. So again, there's the maintenance part. So you can extend it even more with one customer, same customer. We're at about the 33-minute mark. So we're getting a little bit long. I usually try to stop at 30 minutes, but I'm going to give you a little bit more. Okay. So here's the next little piece of that puzzle. Because I want you to get it all. I want to give it all to you. I want you to be able to use it, think about it over the weekend, and see some results on Monday. Or hell, see some results later on today, depending on how fast you are at implementing what we talked about. So, and I'll give you a way to implement it before we get off. Okay. So now you got success. You got this beautiful transformation story. What do? You interview the people. You turn your student into a star. You promote them. You congratulate them. You celebrate them. Just like when they have a birthday, you celebrate them. You celebrate their progress and success. If you have a client and they got a promotion, hey man, you take their picture and say, hey man, we just want to highlight Cheryl. Cheryl just got promoted to regional director. Here we support, our own. And if you want, sit down with Cheryl. Have Cheryl tell you her journey, to help talk about how much more confident she was once she had got her hair problem taken care of, she got her skin problem taken care of, or, whatever problem she was going through, the two helped her through. You know, talk about the journey, talk about the transformation. And if you highlight that, what'll happen then is other people who are similar to her will want to work with you because they see you specialize in people like them, because they see that you're perfect for people like them, because they see that you understand people like them. So now one customer has now turned into a machine that is now generating business just simply because I celebrated and elevated. You know, that's why clubs throw the birthday party. We're going to throw you a free birthday party because we know you're going to invite all your friends. And when you invite all your friends, they're going to buy drinks and they're going to invite people. So now, because you threw a birthday party, we got a house full of people. And guess what? Each one of your friends is going to throw a birthday party. And somebody that got invited to that birthday party is going to throw a birthday party or a baby shower or a retirement party. How do I know this works? Because again, that's what we did with the Family Life Center. We opened up the building. They did pay as you go for breakfasts. People didn't really understand what pay what you can breakfast was all about. However, what they did know is that people kept having events there. They kept checking in. They kept going live, which now created this spike in the algorithm, which got them more views. And as they got more views and more people saw other people having a great time, they wanted to know where the place was. Didn't cost him a dime. Still in business till this day. Now he's an Emmy winner. Didn't cost him a dime. Does great work. You should donate. You should go check out Pay What You Can Breakfasts because a lot of that money goes to either seniors or homeless people. And that is, yes, a shameless plug. So again, took the same people that may be gone and spent $5 on a breakfast, offered them an opportunity to have an event. Then the people promoted their event, which in turn made them promote him. So there was a win-win there. Yes, they promoted him because he provided the venue. Had to tell people where they were having the party at. Had to tell people where they were when they went live. Had to tell people where they were when they were taking the pictures. Again, and there's nothing sleazy about it. It's just the way people work and think. People want to celebrate. People want people to see them celebrating. So in turn, when they celebrate and they turn up, they're not only promoting them, they're promoting you. One more story. Watching Fat Joe. Fat Joe talks about, man, Diddy's a genius. Diddy is the craziest. Man, Diddy's a mastermind. Here's why he said it, though. He says he's hanging out with Diddy, doing the whole South Beach thing, and we're in the club, and we got the bottles of Ciroc, and we dancing, and the cameras are going, and it's just a beautiful night out. Then I realized 6 months later, after he giving me all of this Ciroc, all of this, Sean John clothing and all these different things that he was doing, and I was promoting them without even realizing he was selling what I was promoting. I see him on the Forbes and he's a billionaire. And I'm like, this dude right here turned your party and your turn up into money. You were like, ooh, free drinks. He was like, ooh, free promo. You were like, ooh, free shoes. He was like, free promo. You were like, ooh, wow, I really came up. He sent me a whole case. Yeah. Sent you a whole case, and now you got all your friends and all your little lady friends around. I got them drinking Ciroc and De Leon, and guess what? When they out in the club, they ordering Ciroc and De Leon. Got them. So again, you're out here, you're turning up, you're celebrating. But what's the reason you're able to celebrate? Because of something that business that you supported did, something that business that you patronized did. They put you in a position. So if you're as a business owner putting people in position, why not be the one who controls the turn up too? No. that gives them the opportunity to put on the clothes, that gives them the opportunity to put on the hair, that gives them the opportunity to get the face beat. Build your organization, build your partnerships. And that's just the third one, man. Partner with people. Don't always look for employees. Sometimes you got to give people a cut on the back end so that they work harder on the front end. So if you employ the makeup artist, if you employ or partner with the boutique, it becomes a one-stop shop. You build your own little Walmart and you wall off the wall around your customers. So, man, that same customer has given you a referral, and that person's giving you $1,000. They've given you $1,000 of their own money, and the person that they referred, maybe they refer you somebody. So now one customer is actually worth $3,000 because of the 1,000 that they gave you, and the two people that they gave you $1,000. Didn't have to get any new customers because the customer that you got brought you more customers. All you have to do is make it possible. How do you make it possible? You make it possible by anticipating their needs. Hotels didn't start out with restaurants. They got restaurants. Then they realized, okay, cool, we got restaurants. Now we need nightclubs. Oh, now we need pools. Okay, now we need to get a DJ and have a day party. So, now we need to get bungalows. Hey. So now, instead of everybody being in the hotel, people want a little private bungalow because they don't want people to know what they're doing, but they want to be able to take advantage of all the amenities that the hotel has to offer: massage, workout facilities. And now they stay in the bungalow. Bungalow costs more than the rooms do. So again, you just keep adding stuff to keep your customer there. Person goes to the hotel. Now they go to dinner in the hotel. Oh, now, especially if you're in Vegas, you walk out and now they got shops in the hotel. So again, they get a cut in the form of rent. So again, they don't have to keep getting new customers because the customers that they have are spending money with them. Doritos makes money when Walmart sells something. Bob Evans makes money when Walmart sells something. Ore-Ida makes money on Breyers, Jack's Pizza. Every time Walmart sells something, they get a cut. And so does Walmart. So think the same way. How many different things could I offer? How many different things could I create or partners could I add to make the goal easier? Because again, it's about being easier, faster, more efficient, less stress. That's what's going to make a client stay with you. It's like, man, I was looking for a way to scale the business, because I was tired of just working. So my man offered another opportunity. He got another course that's going to teach me how to make other people do the work, and I could just chill. I could sit back, put my feet up. So now I went from worker to boss. Oh man, he teaches a program on how to get better at the load board. So I'm gonna learn how to get better at the load board. Then I'm gonna teach my people. So now we making 1,500 instead of 1,000. See that benefit. It's that benefit. If you get that benefit, then the money is irrelevant. I made $1,000 off $100. Wow, no problem. Here's the 100. Show me where I get my 1,000. And this is for the ladies, because again, all of these things that we're talking about, you get to use them to feed your family, protect your kids, protect your grandkids, protect your mom and dad from poverty. And it keeps you from having to go back into the workplace, which means that you can spend more time with your kids. Which means now you and your husband can take a vacation. And I know on the outside people talk about who paying for their vacations, but when you locked in with somebody, you don't care. Like, hey, this is our business. And hell, if you're good at the business, you might be able to put yourself in a position where you never have to go into the business at all. You just go to the bank. You could employ your kids. I think one of the coolest things I've seen with my clients is that their kids have jobs. Their kids are doing media, So them degrees that you paid for, hey, put them to work for you. Now you know where their money's coming from. Now you know where their money's coming from. You don't have to worry about them get abused, threatened, bullied, fired, laid off, downsized, furloughed, because they work for you. So we make this stuff work, man. It is good for your family. It is good for you. It is good for your parents. Imagine how much better your life is when your parents can look at your business and say, oh, wow, look, my baby did that. And you can look back at them and say, thank you. Here's, a vacation. Here's a trip. Or here, I got time to take you to the doctor today. When you ain't got to work, no, business is good. I could take you. So again, don't need a whole lot more customers. You just need to offer a whole lot to the customers that you have to keep them in-house. We talked about, the client I had, which does freight brokering and dispatching. We talked about the food industry and how you can get them on the front end by making it more convenient for them and selling convenience. We talked about the hair industry and how you could just add different components that they're going to need. You could sell a VIP night out package where they get something off on the dress, they get something off on the makeup artist, and you do their hair, and then they get a little something off on the nails. And the convenience of it all is that they never have to go looking for people. And here's one more piece to that. Man, I'm really, we're at 47 minutes, but it's Friday and it's women, and I want you to have this to mull over the weekend. Okay. So you make a lot more money, but yet you save a lot of time. And you get to build up other people and help them grow their businesses as well. So it is a win-win across the board. Now, the first step for you at home, my sister, my friend, is what else could I do? Take 20 minutes and just start writing. What are all the things that my clients struggle with? What are their problems? If you're in the hair industry, do they have problems with their self-esteem? Do they have problems with their skin? Do they have problems with their weight? What are they saying when I am doing that hair? Now, who could I partner with to then help them? Is it a nutritionist? Is it a trainer? Is it a skincare person, who comes in and does dermatologistic stuff? I know that's probably not a word, but I said it anyway. What is it? What could I do to help them? Okay. The second thing, is what is going to make it easier and faster? Okay. So now we know what their problems are. So if I solve the problem, now how can I solve it faster? How can I make it more convenient? That's one of the reasons Walmart does delivery. Okay, because if you get out in these streets, maybe you won't go to Walmart. Maybe you go to your local store. So I'm gonna make it convenient. Same thing with the Uber Eats. Hey, if you get out in these streets, you said you wanted pizza, but then you drove past McDonald's. You was like, I don't feel like going way down there to get pizza. So again, how can I make it faster, easier, with less stress? So we talked about who we could partner with. We talk about the struggles. Now we talk about faster and easier with less stress. Okay. Because the more of these things I do, the more I stand out from my competition. The more I stand out from my competition, the more likely I am to be able to maintain a successful business that I am then able to scale. Add locations, add additional revenue. And the benefit of that is that the other people around me are doing it. I'm not even doing it. All I'm doing is thinking about ways to get it done and then figuring out who can actually get it done. You know, I don't have to do any of it. I could just get somebody else, partner with them, offer them a piece of the pie. No more work, but more revenue. Again, how do I make it faster, easier, with less stress? You know, all of these things that you're seeing around you being done by hotels and done by um, retailers, adopt them, put them in your business. You know, take all of the things that you see out here in the streets that you think you could use, steal them, implement them, put your own spin on them, change the name to something that fits your customer base, and use it for your own good. You know, and by the way, we're not just going to do Fridays for women. We're going to do women business on the Wednesdays too. Because again, like I said, I mean, hey, you guys are busy, and I want to make it easier, faster, with less stress. So now instead of you having to read, all these different books and try to figure out which one of these people you should hire, I'm going to tell you who you should hire. I'm going to tell you who you shouldn't hire. I'm going to tell you what books you should read, what books you shouldn't read. I'm going to give you a whole bunch of processes and practices that are going to make it easy for you so that you don't have to develop your own processes and practices. You can just use mine. And the good part is they already work. So with that being said, man, this is our first female business owner Friday. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Successful Marketing, Sales, and Relationships for Adult Business Owners and Entrepreneurs. I have been your host for today, your guide, your usher. Not the one in Vegas on roller skates, but the one who tells you exactly where we are and when makes room for you and puts you in the best position possible to get what you want and enjoy the ride. This again is Sadon Long, your business big bro, aka the most dangerous man in marketing. And this has been another episode. Make sure that you like and share. Please like and share, because there are tons of people out there who need it. And I want to get as many people the help that they need as possible. And again, I love you. I appreciate you. Have a great weekend. I'm out.